What are some little known relationship green flags? No, honesty, genuine interest in each other's hobbies. Don't have to do them, but at least support it. Strong communication. You feel like you're hanging out with your best friend, except you wanna smash. Being able to emotionally connect even after an argument. The ability to coexist in very companionable silence. When your so takes criticism from you seriously without immediately trying to turn it back on you. If the converse is also true, you two stand a great chance of going the distance. I feel like there's a lot of detailed examples that largely boil down to two things: empathy and emotional maturity. It's a pretty convoluted story, but I was dating a guy, had to drive his car to get him from a situation, and wrecked his car due to mechanical failure, and called my mama to come get me so we could go get him, rescued him, then had to tell him I'd wrecked his car. His first question, "Are you okay?" my mom overheard. That one's a keeper. When you never have to question their whereabouts and you get that safe feeling. When you're on a road trip and your partner feeds you fries and helps you drink your soda or whatever. I think that's such a nice simple gesture of kindness. Genuine support in your life goals. Even if that means you two will have to go long distance for a while or will have to have conflicting work schedule or it will make your relationship harder in some way. If they love you and want you to be happy, they will be genuinely interested in what you want to do and will try to support you to do that in whatever way they can. They won't hold you back in any way. This is something me and my so have been facing something similar to this recently. He's just graduated and is looking for a job. As much as I want him to stay close by so we don't have to do long distance for any more time than we have to, I'm going home for the summer. But if he gets a job the other side of the country I won't stop him and as long as I'm around I'll help him pack up. You recommend them a book or movie and they actually take the time to check it out. Very subtle things that show they are a genuine person. Remembering things that you've told them and following up is definitely a good sign. They respect your food issues, weather preferences, allergies, etc. Bonus points. They defend you to their blood relatives. Telling the little details about your day. There's something really precious about that, and you feel in tune with the other person. While we were dating, my now wife would always put on a fake diamond ring whenever she would go out with her girlfriends. When I noticed it once and asked her about it, she said she would do it because it would discourage most, certainly not all, guys from hitting on her. It showed the type of person she was and was such a simple and easy gesture that no one I ever dated before had ever done. I obviously had to replace that fake one with a real one. When you like the person that you become when you're with them, everyone projects a different version of themselves around different people and if you don't like who you become when you're with someone, it's probably not going to be the healthiest relationship. Your so should bring out the best in you. They communicate if they will be delayed and how long they will be. Talk things through before it becomes a screaming match, not after. Asks about boundaries, traumas and doesn't judge you for them, but instead respects them. Maybe this is just me, but when someone doesn't care too much about people's opinions of them, like when they aren't afraid to act goofy in front of people they don't know. I absolutely love people that don't take themselves too seriously. They text you first. Makes you feel good and you know they genuinely wanna talk and like your presence. It feels easy, effortless, unforced, natural. This is a good sign of a real connection. Compromise feels like second nature. You both breath thoughtfulness and consideration towards each other. You figure things out together. You see each other, respect each other, and appreciate each other. If you two are able to compromise. This is home from working a 12-hour shift one night to a full dinner with my favorite dessert. Never had a girlfriend just decide to cook me a full meal for me to come home to like that. Not a helpful comment, but I just wanted to say reading these gave me back some faith in humanity and reminded me of all the wonderful people in my life that I'm lucky enough to have experienced these green flags with. Thanks Reddit. A person makes time for you. Whether it's a romantic relationship or a friendship, people will always find a way to make time for those they care about. Let's say I'm super busy with my day. I can find 10 seconds to respond to your text. I have to eat a meal at some point. So even if I'm super pressed, I can invite you to have a meal with me, at restaurant, at a fast food place, at someone's home. I can call you when I'm driving in my car. It baffles me when people say I was too busy. Too busy to what? You mean you couldn't spare 10 seconds from your day to try to nourish your relationship with the other person? We all know you were on your phone while pooping. You could have texted then. It's the small things. The doing something just because it will make your partner smile and wanting nothing in return. A few months ago I was having a bad day and had texted my partner about the basics and he said to head over to his place after work. I showed up so defeated by the day. Opened the door, and my dog is there. He had spoken with my parents. Picked up my dog from their house because he knew that's what I needed. He was cooking dinner and told me to just go cuddle on the bed with my dog while he took care of everything else. That's when I knew he and I were in it for the long haul. Asking follow-up questions about their stories instead of just offering comparative experiences shows they're trying to understand and learn instead of just relate. Openly farting in front of you. That's a real level of being comfortable around your other half. Willingness to attend family events, get to know your family, regardless of how difficult it might be. Having similar hobbies and the same taste in food goes a long way to help both people grow together. No matter how angry you are at one another, you will still go out of your way or they go out of their way to help. I'll be wicked pissed, but I'll angrily make my wife her favorite dinner even though I don't want to eat. No matter how angry we are at one another, usually only last a short period of time. We will never sabotage or try to teach them a lesson. Many times, it ends up being both apologizing to one another. Arguing and getting angry is just part of a relationship and unavoidable. It is how you deal with it that sets it apart from a healthy relationship versus a bad one. Edit. Thanks for the reward thingies. There is never any harm telling someone you love them. Drink a lot of water, and sometimes my BF would stay until late and I would fall asleep. Before leaving he always made sure I had a glass full of water on my nightstand in case I woke up thirsty. It's always the small details. Edit. I drink a healthy amount of water. Thank you for your concern, lol. It's a chore you both hate. You do it together. My late husband and I both hated folding laundry, but it had to be done, so we always did it together. Made the chore less of a pain. Laughter. And also, I've been with my partner for 40 years this month, and I still smile when I see him across a room. He still makes me laugh and my heart soars when I think of him. Your partner does things for you without asking and remembers little details. For example, I like eating with a fruit fork, the smaller version of the dinner fork. I actually googled that since our family calls them the little forks, lol. Anyway, my partner remembers this and will grab it for me when we're dishing up food. Another good one is they make you feel appreciated. Edit. It may be a cake fork or salad fork. Active listening. Not just being there while you talk, accurately giving opinions, advice if asked for, and generally caring for the conversion. Bonus. Active listening during an argument. Not trying to win, but trying to resolve the problem. Edit. Grammar. Listening to you and remembering the things you've said. Back when me and my boyfriend started dating, he'd sometimes bring up things that I've said before. My favorite foods, candies, etc. Made me super happy and could tell he genuinely cared. They trust you to stay at their apartment alone. If she shows equal interest in hanging out with you, if it feels like you're dragging them into going on a date, they're really not into you. No matter what they may say. Besides, let's be honest, wouldn't you rather date someone who is as excited and interested in seeing you and you are in seeing them? You don't feel like you're competing for their time. You're just loved. Even when they are busy, you don't have to worry. People think you need to spend all your time with someone. You don't. But the feeling of being loved removes any jealousy or insecurities. You just know it's good. My ex would tease me a lot and would tease me in front of his family. He would say things like, oh, she changed her outfit 3 times because she thought you guys would judge her. Or she didn't really want to come over but I convinced her. He would be laughing and joking, but these things would be the truth. When I was going to meet my current boyfriend's family I was really nervous. In the car I said please don't tell them how nervous I am. It's so embarrassing. He looked at me in shock and said I'm on your side. Why would I tell them that? And it was like a freaking light bulb. Love this guy. Putting the shopping cart back. It's dumb but that's something that sticks out to me. When my girlfriend and I first started to date she remembered the game, Escape from Tarkov. I was obsessed with and always asked about it. I knew she was the one for me when she opened up our Bumble chat with an always sunny line. They actually want to spend time with you. Is your partner comprehensive when you are sincere and honest? Are you free to say what you think without being scolded? Remembering things you said, like foods you don't like or topics you are passionate about. My wife says the biggest early test I passed was when we went to Goodwill together at the very start of everything. She was looking at some wedding dresses on the rack and asking my opinion. I told her not to bother. Our family business is basically tailoring. Costume shop where all the rentals are handmade in shop by a certified grandmaster costumer. Yes, that's a thing. And we could make whatever she wanted to her exact requirements for a fraction of the price. Later on she told me it was a test to see if I'd run away screaming at the idea of getting married. Like nope. There's no point to me in dating if that isn't the end goal. We got married. And she got her custom made wedding dress for free because we already had the fabric she liked.